We're gonna try this again, man. It's your big brother K-Rino. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the title. We're talking about gratitude. We're talking about adopting the attitude of gratitude. Trying to see what's the deal, man. I want to move this chat where I can see it. I ain't been able to see it. All right, I see y'all now. We gotta do a little different. Do a little different tonight. Yeah, man. We're talking about the mistake of being ungrateful. As y'all come in, hit that like button when you come in, man. Y'all hit that like button as you enter into the room. Please do that for your big brother. I see y'all coming in. I'm glad to have y'all on this Friday night. Blessed and honored by y'all's presence. As please believe me, I understand that y'all could be anywhere, y'all could be doing anything, and but y'all chose to spend a little time with your big brother. I don't plan to hold y'all long because I got a lot going on. So it is what it is. But we talking about being grateful. Hit the like, man. Y'all hit the like button. Let's get these likes up, even with the participants. Y'all know how I like to do. I'm looking at y'all. I see y'all up in here. I see y'all up in here, man. The reason why I wanted to touch on this subject is simply because I think that we can sometimes subconsciously show ingratitude. We can not be grateful and not realize that that's what we're doing, because we go through life and we start reaching certain points where we start to actually make the mistake of feeling like certain things are owed to us or entitled to us, or we're entitled to certain things, and we take it for granted. We take the blessings for granted, and as if they were just like supposed to be bestowed on us, and like I'm supposed to have these blessings. But when you walk around and kind of and keep your antennas up, and you kind of understand that there are so many people who are far, far below what you have, people who are not able to do the simple things that we don't even consciously think about every single day that we do, like getting up to go into the refrigerator, just getting up and go to the refrigerator and then grabbing something to eat or grabbing something to drink at any moment throughout the day. Um, Turning on the air conditioning in your house. Just, oh man, it's a little stuffy in here. Go turn the air on. Um, Going to the grocery store, getting up, going to the gym, going to a job. Simple things. Sitting in a restaurant, hanging out, going on trips, going to hang out with friends and family and things like that. Those are things that we consider to be just regular aspects of life, regular things that we do. And since the repetition of those things are so prevalent with us, we don't consider all the time that they are actually blessings and luxuries that many people don't enjoy. So we can subconsciously be ungrateful. And the ungrateful part comes in not because necessarily 100% we take for granted of the things that we have. It comes in because what happens is the first time that those very same luxuries that I just spoke about, the first time that one of those luxuries are not readily available to us, we start tripping. We lose our mind. Go in there and turn on the air conditioning in the summertime and you clicking and it don't come on. What's your first thought? See? If there's something else that you want to do that you normally do and you're not able to do it, what's your first thought? Sometimes the first thought is, man, how can this, hey man, this me, how can this be happening to me? Man, this ain't right, man. I come here all the time, man. I come to this place all the time and I can't get a seat. Y'all normally seat me here and now I come in here and I can't get a seat. We've developed an entitlement, a sense of entitlement. And the things that we complain about, the things that we start to complain about, we complain about those things as if they are owed to us, but there are so many people who have never even maybe experienced those very luxuries that we find ourselves enjoying. Let me give a shout out real quick. I see you. It's Caesar. I appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the donation. It's Caesar. Keep doing you. You keep doing you, man. I appreciate it, man. Praise be to Allah. Much love to you, man, for your donation. We're talking about the mistake of being ungrateful. It comes in other forms too, because sometimes we can make the mistake of being ungrateful with people, that we have in our life. We take them for granted. There are people who have made our life better, who have made our lives better. Could be parents, could be friends, could be a significant other. They have made our lives better, and they did not do it because they felt that it was owed to us. They did it because of the type of people that they are. They just good people, genuine people. And we have had those people in our life so long and have depended on them so long to do the things that they do. And not even necessarily dependent, but just we've become accustomed to them doing the things that they do, that we start to, in some cases, we start to mistreat those people. You ever seen a situation where people will say, man, people only care about certain people based on what they can do for them? It's like, man, you only deal with this person based on what they can do for you. And that's not real friendship. Well, he's my friend, she's my friend. Why are they your friend? Because break it down to the essence. Do you love them? Do you really care about them because just of who they are and because y'all had this connection? Or is it related and connected to what they do for you currently? We got to ask ourselves those kinds of questions, because sometimes, honestly, we don't know. We misinterpret. Oh man, that's my boy, man. I love my boy, man. Why you love him? Man, every time I need something, he got me. But that ain't the reason why. I mean, that's part of it, because they're demonstrating friendship to you and a loyalty to you. But that shouldn't be the end all be all. And then we lose those people for whatever reason. And then we understand the magnitude of their impact and their presence. And sometimes we lose them because we were not grateful for the blessing of God putting them in our life. So when you misuse something, typically you lose it. See? Think about how the human body works. And if you have people who have been on, who abuse their bodies, people be on drugs or whatever the case might be. You know, this is not a statement of judging. It's just an example. We try not to judge people for their actions because ain't none of our actions ain't lined up perfectly either. This is just an example. But for people who abuse their bodies, you know, it's a sign of being ungrateful, but it's also it's a sign of abuse, the law of abuse and misuse. And so you lose the functionality of your system starts to deteriorate because you were not grateful for the vessel that you had. So it operates on so many different levels. See? We receive blessings and then we go out and act a fool. Somebody comes into some money. Somebody comes into some bread. Somebody inherits some money. Or however you get some money, you come into a big sum of money. And you start to use that money for purposes that are not in the best interest of you or others. You have demonstrated ingratitude. We have to be aware of that. Let me go in here and see what y'all talking about. See what y'all talking about on this topic, man. Because y'all are, again, I'm going to say this again, and I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I'm serious. Y'all always hit me with a perspective that I may not have considered. Diesel D said, water, food, and roof. The bare necessities, the basics. You got food, clothing, and shelter. That's a lot to be grateful for. And I want y'all to understand the difference between being ungrateful and being dissatisfied with where you are. It's a difference. Because one aspect of ingratitude comes from being on a certain level. That means you have certain things, but you feel like you should have more. So man, I feel like I should be this. I should be on this. Man, this just ain't enough, man. I need to have this kind of house. I need to be driving this kind of car. I need to be this. Okay. That can come off as being ungrateful if you are basically disrespecting what you have. You can feel that way, but you're still grateful for what you have. I'm not knocking what I got. I'm just saying that I feel like I should be on a higher level. I'm not satisfied with where I am. I want to grow. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't make a mistake and think that is something wrong with feeling that way. No matter what you have, if you have it in your heart that you want better for yourself, that's not being ungrateful. Ungrateful is looking at what you got and frowning on it because you didn't have to have what you have. You didn't have to get the blessing of what you got. So understand the difference. And yeah, Jason Hughes, it is entitlement. We do feel a sense of entitlement because after a while of having this, and it becomes such the norm, we feel like it's owed to us. See? I'm going to give you an example. Rapper K in here. Okay, I'm going to give you this example so we can do the OG salute for my brother Rapper K. When we talk about entitlement, just imagine if you went to, just say every time you go to this particular restaurant, somebody that works at that restaurant makes sure that they give you your meal for free. Every time you go, they say, man, your food is on the house. You've been there 9 times. Every time you go, they give you your food for free, right? Now, when you in your car on the way to the place, you already have it in your mind. When I get here, they're going to give me my food free. And you get there and they do it. 2 weeks later, you go back, they give you free food again. But then one day you go and they're like, no, this time you're going to have to pay tonight. That'll be $35.58, sir. You're going to have to pay tonight. There are some people who would actually have the nerve to be up in arms about that. Man, oh, this how you going to do me? Come on, man. You know how we do? Instead of just saying, processing it real quick, like, you know what? Every time I come in here, they hook me up when they really shouldn't, or they really didn't have to. So tonight, they want their money for whatever reason. I should even ask, well, why y'all charging me tonight? Because you so ahead of the game already, you should just say, oh, okay, no problem. And if they never give you a free meal again, no problem. But if you have a problem with it, you have developed an entitlement in your mind. For whatever reason they was doing it, might have been because you was a celebrity, might have been because the girl at the front desk, counter, she liked you, might have been because they just, for whatever reason, I don't know. But if you feel some kind of way the minute they cut it off, you're making a mistake. You should be grateful for all of the times before that they didn't charge you. And that's how it goes in life. Look, man, everybody in the chat, man, y'all give a salute to the homie Rapper K, SPC original OG in the building, man, my brother from another, man. Peace sign, fist, some kind of emoji, man, to salute one of the original SPC members, man. Back when I started the South Park Coalition, this is one of the first people that was in it. One of the first. So we got to give OG salute. We're going to do the OG salute every time the OG come into the building, man. Rapper K is in the building. Been consistent coming through the chats, man. I see y'all representing, showing love to my brother, man. Straight up. I've been knowing Rapper K since 1961. Yeah. Straight up. We're talking about ingratitude, being ungrateful, and working on that, recognizing it in ourselves. recognizing it in ourselves, our own levels of ingratitude, and fighting against that to understand how good we actually have it. Do you know that there are people in the world who are, and let me say this again, because I did mention about with people, there are people in the world who are millionaires, rich people, man. And they feel like they're being slighted in some kind of way. They feel like things are stacked against them. And I want y'all to understand it's not about money. It's not 100% about money. But we have to be realistic to understand that there are levels of materialism, of material things that fall into that category that, look, man, you should be grateful that you have this, because anybody who lives in I won't even say a major city, just wherever you live, I'm certain there's a homeless community in every city, even small towns, even small city. There's a homeless community in every city. So you see people every day who have it worse than you think you have it. And those are moments that God uses to put your mind back online and on track, and to put life into perspective, the proper perspective for you in that moment. Now, the trial of the person who's living like that, who's homeless and struggling, that's their trial. We don't know how they got there, and it's not our place to judge it or be disrespectful towards it. But when you see it, it's your place to understand, to go, you know what? I should never have a complaint about my position and what I don't have. And if you do have a complaint, make sure that that complaint is directed towards yourself, because we have the power to change our own reality. So if there's something in your life you upset about, if your neighbor pulls up in a brand new car with a bow on it, don't get mad at your neighbor and how he get a new car. Figure out a way to get you one. There's something that you are not doing to increase your fruits in life. You figure it out. Make it happen for yourself. Again, you don't have to be satisfied with where you are. You think that some of these if Bill Gates is a billionaire, but he's steady trying to get money. Bill Gates can say today, man, I have over 100 billion with a B dollars. I can just chill and coast for the rest of my life, and the generations after me are set. Bill Gates ain't stopped trying to get money because he's not satisfied. Now, we can factor in greed for some of these cats. I'm only using him as an example, just on the level of, for the principle of it, the fact that even somebody who's on his level is still not satisfied and trying to get more. Now, whether or not that's greed or not, okay, that's a different conversation. But people seeking to upgrade their own life, is nothing wrong with that. Just do it under the right context. Don't live beyond your means. Don't be ignorant in the way you do it. Don't step on people to do it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because if you take it from a material standpoint, and just say you're working out, you want to increase your stamina and your strength, so you working out, and you reach a level of conditioning that the average person would look and say, well, man, that dude or that sister is in great physical shape. They see you doing a workout and say, man, they are in great physical shape, a level that they would love to be on. But you might say to yourself, nah, I want to get stronger. I want to get faster. I want to get in better condition, because you're not satisfied even though you're on a good level. That's something from a different level than the material things I've been speaking about. So it exists on a lot of levels. And trust me, everyone gets rocked. I see your comment. You say that's all material stuff. That's just an example. Because unfortunately, those are the things that dominate society in our mind. Those are the things that are most dominant in our minds in this society. It's the material stuff. I'm not I'm not vouching for that and saying that that's the good thing. I'm using those as examples, and how many of us who have those things, we can make the mistake of not receiving something else that we tried to get, and all of a sudden we in that ungrateful mode. We have ingratitude. That's why I use that. So I appreciate you saying that's all material stuff. Yeah, because I get it. And that's why I just made the example about somebody physically working out. It works on so many different levels, man. Works on so many different levels, man. God himself strongly dislikes the ungrateful, because anything that we receive either by his active will, or him causing us to have it, or him allowing us to have it. So if you find $1 on the ground, don't be mad because it wasn't $100. Man, I needed $100. Be grateful for the dollar. If you are sick, I say, well, what's wrong with him? Oh man, he got the flu. And the flu been had you knocked down for 4 or 5 days, and like, but all you got is the flu. And you have a mentality of, why me? Why am I suffering like this, man? Why do I have to go? But there's somebody else in a hospital bed with tubes in their noses, barely alive, dying, that would gladly trade places with you, and they'll take that flu you got that's going to pass in a couple of days. We have to always do our best to put things in perspective and to see things on the level that they're on. But I understand how at times, we individualize. So at times during the middle of our struggles and in the middle of our trials, sometimes we don't think about other folks because you're going through it. So I get that. But the speed of thought is so rapid. The speed of thought is so fast that it only takes a blink, even in the midst of your own struggles, to just go, you know what I'm going through is pretty bad right now, but it's somebody that got it way worse than me. Mine is gonna pass. My situation is going to pass. I don't have a job right now, but I still got my house. I still got my apartment. I can function. I was able to save up a little money to last me 5 or 6 months. I'm good, even though I'm in a tight situation. One of the worst things that we can say during a trial, even though it's just a thought that naturally creeps up in us, one of the worst things we can do is have a why me attitude. A why me attitude. Tony Samarano, 99. Thank you, man. Thank you for the love, Tony. Appreciate that donation, man. Let me read your comment. Brother K-Rino, I always try to say, Alhamdulillah, no matter what the situation. That's right. Mashallah, brother. Can't wait to hear the new project. I already know it's another classic. Inshallah, more people wake up. For those who might not know what he's talking about, he said, I always try to say, Alhamdulillah. That means all praise is due to Allah. That means thank God. That's all it means. That means all praise is due to God, no matter what's going on. Because we have this thing where we'll say this to other people. We'll tell other people in a minute when they're going through it, well, hey man, God is in control, man. God got you. We'll say that to other people in a minute. Oh man, don't worry about it, man. God got you, man. But when it's us, it's why me. Come on, God, why would you put me through this? Who's to say he put you through it? You might have did it to yourself. God gave man free will. So everything we try to blame him for, some of that stuff we did to ourselves. So I appreciate that comment, Tony. Y'all hit the like button, man. It's more people in the room than likes. So if you haven't clicked the like button, I understand sometimes it just slips your mind, but hit the like button right now, man, and there you go, and pump it up, man. Let's even this thing out. We're talking about the mistake of being ungrateful. Ungrateful. And instilling gratitude into ourselves, our children, the people around us. We have to make our children understand what it is to be grateful and understand the positions that they are in. When we was growing up, it was different levels. You know, I always grew up in big apartment complexes. My early years was spent living in big, giant apartment complexes. So I'm saying that to say that as a child, we saw all different levels. Even though we all lived in the same complex, there was people who had it a little better. There were people who were doing bad, were poor. Some of the children in the apartment complex, their clothes weren't the best clothes. Some of them didn't have food. If they had an opportunity to spend the night at your house or somebody else's house and eat, you could tell like, well, they not used to eating this. And the stuff we were eating was just regular stuff. You know, we might have some hot dogs or something, and they over there like, well, this is the greatest thing in the world because they didn't have that. So it's levels. And they were always, those who were less fortunate, typically are always seemingly extra grateful for the smallest things. Think about how that works. How somebody who has nothing and who goes long periods of time without having regular things receive the smallest things, and to them, it's the biggest thing in the world. See? If you haven't had any money in a long time and somebody gives you $5, that $5 becomes so big. The magnitude of that $5 is increased. If you haven't had any food in a while, somebody just say, man, all I got is a sandwich, man. The magnitude of that sandwich, people have gone without so long that when somebody gives them, I've seen it, gives them the simplest thing, man, they start crying. They'll start crying behind a meal. Somebody stop at Luby's and just say, man, I bought you a plate, I bought you a meal. And people will start crying because they've had it so bad and they're so grateful, like something that we take advantage of, take for granted every day. And then we look at them like, man, why are they crying? Because we don't know the road that these people have gone through. But the principle in that is that we should understand those kind of levels of gratitude. Every time you breathe in and breathe out. Now you take so many breaths, your heart beats so many times that of course it's impossible to every time you breathe, thank you, thank you, thank you. Of course you're not going to do that. But you should have moments every day throughout the day where you just thank the Creator. There are people who can't see. There are people who have never seen a tree. There are people who've never seen a cloud. There are people who've never seen water. They can feel water, but they don't know what it looks like. There are people who have never heard anything in life. I saw a commercial. It's either a commercial or I saw it on the internet. This was a video. But whatever it was, it was a commercial where they had this little ear thing, like some hearing aid things that they were using on small children who had never had heard sound before, and adults too. And when I get to the adults thing, but they would put these little buds in the baby's ear, and they would talk to a baby who had never heard a sound in life. They were deaf. And these are babies who can't even talk. They little bitty babies. Sometimes they may be 2 or 3 years old, and just the mother would go, hey, and the baby would be like freaking out because the whole world is now opened up to them in a way that it had never been open to them. And you see babies who can't even talk, not even old enough to talk yet. And when they hear that sound that they had not been hearing, whether he was 8, 9 months old, they just start smiling. They just start smiling because something that's natural for everybody else, that for whatever reason was a birth defect for them, they understand like this is how it's really supposed to be. And the emotion just overwhelms them with the way they start crying and just like so happy. And these are babies. But these are the things we take for granted. Because we can hear. Y'all can hear me talking right now. I saw another one where there was some glasses. I don't know what kind of technology this is, but they were putting these glasses on people who couldn't see color. They could see, but they couldn't see color. So their whole life was in black and white, whether it had been for years or whether it had been all their life. They couldn't see color. It was just dull. And they surprised them. Hey, granddad, put these glasses on. And they put the glasses on and they saw color. and they start crying. Because the little things in life, such as being able to see green leaves, green grass, uh, the brown bark of a tree, red ants, seemingly blue sky. These are the things that we dismiss now. And anybody who's ever had a physical faculty taken from them, you have no greater appreciation than when you lose something that you had. See? Same with people. You know the saying, and you don't appreciate it until it's gone. You don't know what you got until you lose it. We hear all these sayings. We hear all these sayings. See? So let me see what we got going on up in here. Let me get this brother straight real quick. Okay, everyone gets rocked. Let me talk to you directly real quick, sir. Because here's the deal. Every time that you do a chat, every time you do a live stream, when you click on a live stream, you're going to see a topic. But what happens is people will come into the chat and want to talk about things that are totally off topic. So you ask me questions that are not on the topic that I'm talking about tonight, and then get upset or seemingly upset. I don't know if you're upset or not. If I don't shift the whole direction of the conversation on the subject that I'm on and address your question. Now, if you are regular on my channel, then you will know, like most of these people I see on here who are regulars that have been rocking with me, you know that there are occasions where I do what's called open topic. When I do open topic live streams, that means that whatever you want to ask me, if I see that question, I will address that question. But if tonight's topic is how to bake a cake, and you come in asking me about auto parts, then you're not being respectful to the subject. Right or wrong? So if I take the time out later, which I sometimes do, I might say, okay, guys, at the end, the last 10 minutes, I'll open it up if y'all have something to ask me that's off subject, or we might talk about music or whatever the case might be. Then that's fine. But it's always somebody that wants to ask me about something that I'm not on tonight. Not on that tonight. We're talking about the mistake of being ungrateful. That's what we're talking about tonight. So no disrespect, but we got to stick to the protocol. We got to play by the rules. You know, that's just how it is. You're not going to go into math class and start asking questions about American history. You're in a math class. See? We in algebra. And you raise your hand and teacher say yes. Can you tell me about what happened in the War of 1812? You in algebra. Millionaire Status says we are ungrateful because we forget how blessed we are. That's right. Because we get so many blessings. We get blessings that don't even register in our minds. Just like I said, just your heartbeat is a blessing. The function of your liver is a blessing. It's going on without you even acknowledging or really knowing or understanding what it's actually doing. See? We have to recognize our blessings. Apocalyptic minister said, no telling who's behind that screen. Gratitude gets us a long way in life. Appreciation for other people and the contributions that other people contribute to us, it gets us a long way in life. Simple things like saying thank you is so rare. You have nowadays, and this is like, this creates a lot of division, but we got to kind of discuss it. Tell a quack. I'm gonna touch on that too. What you just said. I'm gonna touch on that. I'm glad you put that up there. Gratitude could just come in the form of a word. You ever held a door open for a lady and she just kept walking and didn't say thank you? Now, it's not a knock against the lady. It's not a disrespectful thing that I'm about to say in no means. It's just the fact that the point is, it only takes a second to say thank you. But to the person who held the door open, make sure that your motive was just to hold the door open. If you got some slick other ulterior motive, she wouldn't know that. She should still say thank you, but just everybody got to make sure they lined up right. See? Telequacker said he should have been dead 3 times. People have near-death experiences, and it gives them a different outlook on life. It gives them a greater appreciation on the life that they have. Like, whew, man, I see this thing differently now. People who have been in the hospital for weeks and months, and it was in the air whether they was gonna make it or not. And then they make it, they're like, whew, now you back out, you walk in the streets again, like, man, everything looks different to them. A cat run by and they're like, man, look at the beauty of that cat. Man, I love the beauty. Man, that cat is wonderful. You see a bird, it's like, wow, a bird. See how situations can humble us and give us that appreciation, that gratitude, because you came this close to being blacked out. See? And Millionaire Status just said something that was real cool. He said, I give homeless people money for good karma. And look, when you give, when you do good and do good things for people and towards people, just the law of God himself, the law of the universe, is going to give you a blessing back. We're taught that when you give, God gives back to you tenfold. But we have to make sure that we're careful to not have this thing of, I'm going to give just so I can get a blessing. You can't play it from that angle. It has to be because you have to do good things because it's just the right thing to do, and let everything else after that take care of itself. Angie Wise, what's up, Angie? A word from the wise. See? Podcast account says you don't have to expect to receive back. See, that's another method of training we have to put ourselves under. That's a good point. We have to train ourselves to not try to do good because I'm trying to get something back. No, Do it because it's the right thing to do. Don't come in saying, I'm gonna do this so I can get a new car. Will Scott said, overcoming COVID-19 was a huge blessing. I'm grateful I made it through that and having a family of 5. Yeah, God is good. A lot of people suffer from COVID and was on the edge. It hit them really, it hit different people in different ways. And some people are like, whew, to make it back. And some made it back, but they weren't all the way right. They still not all the way right. But they still have that appreciation. So you do good towards others because it's the right thing to do, but also out of the respect that, look, out of the respect that it could be you. It could be you. How would you want people to react towards you if you was in a bad situation? How would you want people to treat you? How would you want people to look at you? Sometimes it's not about what people will say to a person who's doing bad. Sometimes the most hurtful thing is the way people would look at somebody like that. It's in their eyes like, man, oh man. Or even worse, if people will look down on somebody who's doing bad. If you look down on somebody who's doing worse than you or doing bad, that's a form of being ungrateful. You're not supposed to look down. You're supposed to help them the best you can, and then immediately go to the mind of, man, start thanking God for where you are. See? People who went to bed one night and didn't wake up the next morning. Come on now. Looking down on people is an illness of the soul. Yeah. And it's also an arrogant way of thinking. Because if I look down on you because I'm in a so-called higher spot, I'm being arrogant because I'm feeling like I'm treating this thing as if this could never happen to me. I could never be in that position. People say that. Man, I'll never be where you are. You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know where you'll be in a year, 2 months. People who have had millions of dollars have fallen all the way down. People that the world loved 1 minute, they hated them the next. See? Let me know where y'all at, man. Drop your locations. Drop your locations. Let me know where y'all located at, man. I love the diversity. I love to know where everybody is, and I love to see. In my mind, when y'all drop y'all locations, it's like the map just lighting up. It's like pinging on the map. It's like, boom, he's over here, she's over here, he's over here. I just see different locations, so I like to see that. See, every time, there y'all go. Alice, Texas in the building. Look at that. All over the place, man. Just bing, 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 bing. All of us brought together to have this conversation. Is Louisiana in the building? Me and Point Blank will be in Opelousas, Louisiana today. We will be in Louisiana today. Opelousas, meet and greet, book signing behind these bars, vinyl signing, point blank. I got a little vinyl too. South Carolina, Toronto, Canada, Humble, Texas, Vancouver, South Park, Texas. Oh, that's rapper K. South Park, Lake Superior. When am I coming to Arizona? Man, I want to come to Arizona so bad. I need one friend who want to take me to Tombstone. I want to go to Tombstone, Arizona. Who can help me out? Why do I want to come to Tombstone, you ask? Because I'm a cowboy. I'm an old Western fan. I've told y'all this before. I love old Westerns. I like cowboy pictures and all that. And I want to go to Tombstone, Arizona. I want to see the Bird Caves Theater. I want to see Boot Hill. You know, so I just need a plug out there. That's all. Mississippi, Choctaw Nation, respect. Vermont, Cool Ace in Vermont. Angie Wise in Oregon. El Dorado, Oxnard, California. Corpus Christi. Jeremy, was you in Corpus? Why you ain't come to the meet and greet? Jeremy, we was in Corpus last Saturday. Did you know about it? Kay Davis says, if you want a show in New Hampshire, I can hook it up. Well, hook it up. What you waiting on? Elaborate. Make it happen. Tell me how you can make it happen. Drop your email address. Is that Sinaloa, New Mexico? Sinaloa, Mexico. Hold on. Miami. Marty Marr. My boy. In the hood. Toronto, Canada. South Carolina. Austin, Texas. Houston, Texas. Little Rock. Vallejo. Home of the great E40. E40 and them from Vallejo, right? E40 and the Click. Sugar T and Be Legit. That's Vallejo, right? Australia. I got to go back to Australia. What's up, Jimmy? Out there in Alabama. Jimmy, one of my real riders. Jason Hughes in Williamsburg, Virginia. Astro Hippie in Florida. Just give me a sign. Give me something. Let me know something. The album is available for pre-order. Go to southparkcoalition.net right now and pre-order the album. A Blessing and a Burden. Yeah, I think I might have lost y'all. Hold on, wait a minute. We back? Let me know if we back. If y'all can still hear me, let me know. If you can still hear me, let me know. Yeah. We had a bad connection. It said it on my end that the connection was tripping, so I was still talking. I was still running my mouth. Y'all can hear me though, right? Everybody, we back on? Okay, cool. Be sure to pre-order the album, man. Go get the new album. The new album is available right now for pre-order. Pre-order only. It'll be shipping in about 2 weeks, though. So make sure y'all go to southparkcoalition.net right now. Go to southparkcoalition.net right now and make y'all order. Get my new album. It's finna drop soon. I can't come on here without plugging the album. Go to southparkcoalition.net right now. If you already pre-ordered the album, just give me something. Peace sign. Hey, what's up? Power Fist. Yeah, I did it. Yes. If you already pre-ordered, if you haven't, do so now. These are physical copies now. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand a lot of people ain't really doing the CD thing no more, but a lot of people are. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are doing the CD thing. So whether you still jamming them or whether you just collecting them, be sure to go pre-order the album right now. We want to make this one bigger than many of the ones that came before it. So if you're rocking with me, if you're riding with me, go get your copy right now. What's up, D? I seen your comment, Rapper K. Yeah. Don't matter when you get it. If you haven't got it, if you haven't ordered it yet, if you plan on ordering it, it's all right. That's right. Trust me, we talking about gratitude. We talking about being ungrateful. I'm not ungrateful. I'm very grateful for all y'all who have rocked with me and supported me. I understand life is real. You know, some people they ain't able to do it right this second. See? And it will be available digitally on release. So if you don't do it, if you're not doing CDs anymore, that's fine. But trust and believe, relax. When in about a couple of weeks, it'll be available so you can get it on all the digital platforms that you're used to rocking with and do your thing. Rock it out how you rock it out. I'm just an old school cat. I'm gonna always drop physical copies, and I want you to see who produced this song, who did this, how this went, where we record. I want you to be able to read the insert, read the credit. You know, I'm just rooted in that. Things that you don't get doing it digitally. You just get the music, which is cool, you know. Yeah. Work on ourselves, man. Let's work on ourselves and try to be better with each other, man. I appreciate y'all. Let's get to 100 likes before we shut the live down. We close. Let's get to 100 likes if you haven't hit the like button already. If we get to 100 likes, we can call it a night. We there. We, you know, I see y'all. It's getting close. It's getting close. We almost there. Yeah, see, Rapper K, you must didn't hear me. I spoke to D. See, Marty Moss say that's why I still buy CDs. Yeah, because there's nothing like that experience of reading the credits, reading that insert. I see you, Dean. Well, I just want to let y'all know on topic, I'm grateful for all of y'all. I'm grateful to all of y'all, and I'm grateful for all of y'all. We need one more like to get to 100. We stuck on 99. If you haven't hit the like button, unless I'm seeing it late, because I see like 99 on mine. There it is right there. Bing. Yeah, to let y'all know that I'm grateful for y'all, because I've been doing this a long time, and y'all have supported me. Y'all have supported me throughout. So, again, I'm not going to hold y'all long, man. I appreciate the love. Do something good for somebody tomorrow, man. Go out your way to do something good for somebody. And I'll catch y'all later on. All right, peace.